Welcome. I'm Meredith. This is the Oasis Spiritual Empowerment Hypnosis and ASMR. And this is just a very quick video to go over some common misconceptions about hypnosis, to talk about what to expect, how you might feel, and really to help kind of strengthen any of the hypnosis videos that you might watch. So definitely you want to watch this before watching any of the others. So very quickly, I am a professional hypnotist. I have an office in York, Pennsylvania. So if you're in the area, you can definitely come see me in person. I also do Zoom sessions. And oftentimes when people come in, you know, they may have certain misconceptions based on media or, you know, maybe seeing a stage show. You know, stage hypnosis is very, very different from the hypnosis work that I do. First of all, understand, I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. You know, if I were to give a suggestion that you didn't like for any reason, you're just going to kick it out. It's going to have no power. So ideally, you want to say, I like that and I know it's going to work for me, because that'll have the most power. But you don't actually have to believe in hypnosis to be hypnotized. You just have to be open to experiencing it. You know, you go into trance all the time anyway. When you get absorbed in a book or a movie, when you're driving down the road and maybe you've been driving for a little while and you suddenly realize, hey, where the heck am I? How did I get here? What happened to those last few miles? That's highway hypnosis. When you do a monotonous kind of task that doesn't really require a lot of conscious thought, like vacuuming or washing dishes, a lot of times you tend to slip into trance. When you have just a nice daydream and you kind of zone out, maybe people are talking to you and you're aware they're saying something, but you don't know what. It's trance. And like that, while you're in trance, you'll still be aware of everything going on around you. So if there's traffic nearby, you'll be aware of it. It won't really bother you, but you'll be aware. You know, if someone were to speak to you, you'd be aware. Probably wouldn't pay it a lot of attention unless you needed to. Because here's the thing, when you are in trance, your unconscious mind is in total control, and that is the part of you that's responsible for keeping you alive, for keeping you safe. So it's not going to allow anything that might jeopardize you, whether it's physically or spiritually, emotionally. Doesn't matter. It's not going to allow that. So I do want to say that it's important to understand that hypnosis works best when it's one-on-one, and sessions can be really tailored to your individual needs and desires. But, you know, with this channel, my goal is to present some more kind of general hypnosis sessions that most people will be able to get a benefit from. If that's not you, if you feel like I'm not quite hitting the mark, definitely recommend you know, finding someone for a one-on-one session. That person could be me, it could be someone else. If you just want help finding someone in your local area, I'm happy to help you with that too. If I don't answer a question that you might have about hypnosis, please put it in the comments and I will definitely answer, okay? So anyway, it's like I'm a guide, right? Imagine we were in this beautiful park and you heard that in the center of the park was this fabulous waterfall. And you said, hey, can you guide me to that waterfall? I'd say, absolutely. And we might start down one path, and at some point, I kind of say, hey, that path over there looks really pretty. Well, that's great. We can take that path too, because all paths lead to the waterfall. So you're going to do what's right for you. It may be very similar every time you go into trance. It may be wildly different. You may see things very clearly, you know, very crisp and clear images, lots of colors, or might just be like an impression of something. It's like if I say, imagine your front door. Well, you know what your front door looks like, right? Maybe you see a picture. Maybe you just have that impression of it, right? Maybe when you think of your front door, you think about the way the handle feels under your hand, or that squeak or that creak as it opens, or that scent that is just yours, that welcomes you home. However you experience it, it's just the right way for you. One of the great things about hypnosis is there's no right or wrong. It's just the way that's right for you. And along those lines, the way people go into trance is kind of like the way people go into a swimming pool. If you ever watch, some people will dive right in. Some people have to kind of dip their toe and ease their way down the steps. But either way, you end up in the pool, right? It's the same thing with trance. It feels different for everybody. A lot of people get that really nice kind of heavy feeling when you're almost asleep, and it's like you could move, but you're too comfy. Some people feel very, very light, like they're floating on their own private cloud. So I had one lady, every session, her arms would just go up in the air. She said she couldn't feel anything beneath her, just felt like she was floating. When I first go into trance, I get this kind of, it's like pins and needles, but it feels good. Almost like, imagine like champagne bubbles in the blood. It's this tingly, nice feeling. I have one friend, whenever he hypnotizes me, and it's only him, I feel that Alice in Wonderland floaty fall the whole time. It's really neat. It's a weird association I make with him. I don't know. But the point is, it's just going to be the way that's right for you. Every time you're hypnotized, you're going to go even deeper, even faster in a trance, because you understand the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So, the first time, you might still have some questions and, wondering, is this weird? Am I doing it right? Is this how it's supposed to feel? But then by the second time, you understand, wow, this feels great. And it's just, you tend to go a lot faster, a lot deeper. So, can't get stuck in trance. It's not a place, just like a daydream. You can't get stuck in a daydream, right? And a daydream, of course, is a trance. It's not mind control. Like I said, I can't make it do anything you don't want to do. So I think, especially in this format with these videos, you want to have a goal in mind. Some are going to be, kind of generalized, like let's reduce stress. Let's give you an outlet to release that stress and maybe to generate a more positive, powerful feeling. Others might be, for people who have difficulty sleeping, a way to very quickly and easily slip into that deep and restful sleep. But whatever video it is, it'll be titled so that you understand what it is. So you want to definitely have your intention in mind before you watch it. And of course, before you watch it, you want to make sure you're not driving a vehicle. You're not doing anything that requires your conscious attention. You want to be able to relax. You want to sit somewhere where you're comfortable and stable. You're not going to fall out of a chair. So a recliner or a bed or even the floor, somewhere really comfortable for you. So also understand that, some people remember absolutely everything. Some people remember bits and pieces. Some people remember almost nothing. I have nothing to do with it. I would never give a suggestion for you not to remember. I don't find it ethical. I think that the people who tend to get in their own way and kind of who would work to undo some of the good work they've done, those tend to be the people who remember less. But that said, usually, when people come to me in person or on Zoom, usually we do about 3 sessions spaced about a week apart. usually by the time I see them again, even if they didn't remember anything from that session before, usually by then it's coming back. So I don't think that it's really a permanent thing. I think that it's while your unconscious is doing the work, it might be kind of saying, okay, let me take care of this, you know? And one of the really neat things is that while you're sleeping, so like after you do a hypnosis session, usually that night, while you sleep, while you dream, your unconscious mind has total control, and it loves a goal. So once you get that buy-in, it's going to work really hard to make it happen. So oftentimes the next morning, when you awaken on that new day, you might be surprised how very different you can feel. Different only in the best possible ways. Now, you'll find that I'll probably use the word relax a lot. Understand you don't have to relax to go into trance. You will relax as a byproduct of trance. You know, my specialty is actually working with people with anxious feelings, sad feelings. And oftentimes those people say, well, I can't relax. I don't know what that is. And that's fine, because they will learn, as will you. Basically, to be hypnotized, you know, there's a big misconception that only some people can be hypnotized. That's not true. You know, you have to have an IQ of about 70, because you have to be able to follow very simple instructions, and you have to be open to it. That's it. That's all that's required. Because again, this is something you naturally do anyway. Your system is primed for it. Some people say that we're in trance all the time. It's just different levels, different stages. You know? So that's kind of it. So if you have any questions, if there's something that, you know, I overlooked or I didn't address, you know, understand there are no dumb questions, you know, truly. And if you have a question, absolutely, there's at least one, probably 10 or 20 people with that same question. Okay, so please feel free to ask, and whether this is, as soon as I post it, whether this is 10 years from posting it, I will absolutely check in and respond, you know, because that's important. Ultimately, my goal with this channel is just to empower you, you know, to give you tools and techniques to empower yourself. Because ultimately, with hypnosis, you do all the work. Right? I'm just a guide. So that's important to understand, because any and all changes that you make, right? And that's powerful, because every time you accomplish something, it makes it easier to accomplish that next thing. So whether it's trouble sleeping, whether it's finding a way to relax, whether it's releasing stress, maybe just leaving work at work, whatever it is, once you accomplish that thing, you might be surprised how quickly, how easily you can accomplish that next thing. And then the next, and then the next, and so on. So I hope you enjoy. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the bell so you get alerted when I post new videos. And until next time, just be wonderful to yourself, because you deserve the best, only the best, all the best, and that is my wish for you.